I've been attempting to do this video for 10 minutes now, guys. Do you hear that noise out there? Hey everyone, it's Christine and welcome back to ParanormalTV. I was not planning on doing a video today, but I did get a video request. And there is some sun coming through my window today, so I thought it would be a good time to do it. However, my neighbors have been working outside for so long. By the time I started to film this video, the sun isn't nearly as strong as it originally was, so now the lighting probably isn't as good as it was going to be when I first tried to do this video. We all know the drama surrounding Ryan Buell. I originally was not going to do a video about this because I knew this was all over the internet. It was all over very quickly. It was all over quicker than I could get it out at the time. I had some other obligations going on and I just couldn't get a video out about it. But I did get a request to talk about ways that Ryan can actually come back from this huge mishap and all the wrongdoings that he did. So in case you don't know who Ryan Buell is, Ryan Buell was the lead paranormal investigator and the founder of PRS, Paranormal Research Society. Now, I remember when this came out, I was really excited because these people were from Penn State, and Penn State is known to be a very good school. I was hoping that there'd be a little bit more logical thinking, a little bit maybe more scientific thinking going on with this, so I was pretty excited. And it was kind of a letdown for me. I know a lot of people really love Paranormal State. I just felt like the evidence wasn't there. Everything was always a demon and there was no other possibilities. There wasn't even another possibility that it just might have been something other than a haunting going on. They always assumed it was a haunting and it was always a demon haunting them, and they never had really evidence to back it up. So for me, Paranormal State wasn't something I liked, and I also wasn't a fan of Ryan. Like, no offense to Ryan Buell, I have nothing against him, but there was just something about Ryan that I wasn't that fond of. He wasn't the type of person I wanted to watch investigate. Ryan actually scammed a bunch of people. He was supposed to be doing a tour, a paranormal tour, and people were paying all this money and then he would cancel the tour. So he claimed to have pancreatic cancer. I don't know for sure if he did or not, but that was the claim. People were thinking that maybe he was taking the money for health issues, which doesn't really make sense because honestly he could have set up a GoFundMe page. But he was taking all these people's money and eventually it did catch up to him. He was arrested. People were reporting it as fraud to their credit card companies, which they should have because it was fraud. So Ryan has stated that he wants to be picked up by a network for another paranormal series, and there is a lot of work that he needs to do before he can get to that point. So I think that Ryan can come back. I think it's going to be really hard, and Ryan will always have people who are going to doubt him and find him uncredible and worry about his intentions because he did scam so many people. However, I do think that he can come back. It's just going to be a long road and a lot of work. These are a few things that I think that Ryan should be doing to try and come back from all the scamming that he did. So he apologized. I'm sure he apologized multiple times. Now, you need to kind of move on from this, and to move forward in your career, you're going to have to move forward from apologies. So I think that he shouldn't make any more public apologies unless it's brought up. He did apologize probably multiple times, I'm sure, for what he did. So now he just needs to move forward and not rehash it. If it gets brought up, then he should say, yes, I am sorry. I was in a very bad place in my life. I really should not have done that. I feel terrible for scamming my followers and supporters. I could go back in time. I want it, but I want to move forward from here. So how does he move forward, right? It's going to be difficult, but I really think that he needs to start giving back to the community since he did take from the community. He can give back to the paranormal community, and he could do this by investigating people's homes for free of charge. Go in there and investigate and help out some families. And if he cannot do it for free, say there's some traveling involved, he can do it for a very low charge. So either free if it's local to him, or of a very low charge if it's not. This is going to show that he does want to help people and he is here to help people. He can also do things for charity, which I think is important because if he did have cancer, then he knows the struggle of cancer and how horrible and difficult the disease is, and he could give back for charity. He can have charity funds, or he could donate money himself. He can volunteer at hospitals. I don't know what that was. Along with that, any charity work is always good. He can also do things to help with substance abuse, since that was a problem. I believe that it was a problem. So I don't know if Ryan admitted to having a substance abuse problem or if other people were speculating about it. I think that his mom had mentioned something about it. It is hard for me to remember because I'm not a huge Ryan Buell fan. I haven't followed it, so you guys can correct me down below if I'm wrong, but I believe he did have a substance abuse problem. He could get back to helping people with substance abuse problems. He can volunteer his time. I think giving back to people in general is a great way to kind of help with your credibility. A great way to move on and show that you are attempting to move on in your life, attempting to better your life and better yourself. Next thing I feel like he could do to help himself move on and come back is he should broaden his horizon of thinking. He could take classes for parapsychology. He could learn from other investigators, learn from more scientific thinking, just broaden the horizon for the way he investigates, the way he sees the paranormal, take in a whole bunch of different thoughts and opinions and classes. And why? Okay, so you know, it's not as loud now. Hopefully you can't hear it. I don't know if my mic will pick up or not, but we are starting to lose sun. I've been trying to do this video for over an hour now, so I'm going to try to work through them working. I'm sorry if you can hear it. What I was saying is that he should broaden his horizon when it comes to the way of investigating that he does and his opinions on the paranormal. He should take paranormal classes. Oh my goodness gracious, go away! Maybe 5th time is the charm. I was saying, I don't know if Ryan took any paranormal classes at Penn State. I'm pretty sure that Penn State does not offer paranormal classes. I'm not 100% positive. I do have a couple friends who have graduated from Penn State. They told me that it does not offer paranormal classes. I may have taken parapsychology classes or any other paranormal classes. With law, it always changes. So kind of like with the paranormal, we always find out more things about the paranormal, or we find out certain things that we thought about the paranormal were incorrect. So things are always changing. So he could benefit from taking more paranormal classes. I know with law, since it's always changing, lawyers have to take law classes even after they graduate the bar exam and all, every year I believe it is that they take it, or every couple years. I don't know, it's been a little while. I'm not a lawyer, I am a paralegal, so to benefit from any research he does in the paranormal field, it shows that he's taking it seriously. If he starts to work with other people and get ideas for how other people investigate, we can learn from each other, so that's another great thing that he could do. It would kind of help with... I'm gonna go insane, guys. I'm gonna lose my mind. I think I am already starting to lose my mind. I turned off the camera and then they stopped and I turned it back on and then they start again. Like, what are you doing to me, people? What? I can't stand my neighbors. I cannot stand them. They're not working in their yard. They are partying so loudly, so I can never do the videos. I feel like I can never do them. Oh my gosh. Deep cleansing breath. Deep cleansing breath, Christine. The last thing I think that Ryan could do to help benefit him. No, why? The last thing I think that Ryan could do to help benefit his career is get involved with some of his better known friends in the paranormal community. I know that he had a pretty good relationship with Lorraine Warren. He bought tickets to her. Why? Oh my god! I'm almost done, guys, so I'm just going to talk through these annoying people before the sun is gone and I can't film the ending of this video because the light is terrible. The last thing I feel like Ryan could do was talk to his better known friends in the paranormal community. I know that he had a good relationship with Lorraine Warren. Lorraine Warren is respected by many. I know I did the video saying they're frauds, but she is respected by many people. Many people love Lorraine Warren, so he could use that friendship to benefit himself. I know that he bought a ticket to her, what is it, the buffet thing she does. Maybe she could see all these changes in Ryan if he is really making all these changes, and maybe she could speak out that he is attempting to change and he is trying to win everyone over and all of that, so he could talk to people like Lorraine Warren and maybe she could help him. I know that he kind of had a rocky relationship with Chip Coffey. He kind of spoke out about his relationship with Ryan, how it was up and down, so I don't feel like Chip Coffey can really help him because I feel like Even if Chip Coffee thinks he's trying, I feel like Chip Coffee's not going to want to speak out about it. He's probably going to want to move on from this whole disaster. So I don't see how Chip Coffee's going to be any help. But there's always Lorraine Warren. I think that Lorraine Warren would probably help him. And she probably could give him some advice. Because like I said, I did do that video where I discussed the possibility of Lorraine Warren being a fraud. And a lot of people think that she is a fraud. So she knows what it's like to be well respected and then also not be very well respected, and she could give him, you know, tips to help him with that situation. Because she's been in this field for so long, she's going to have some good information. She's going to be able to help him, provide him some help, and maybe even speak out to her families. The things I feel like Ryan needs to do before he can move on in hopes of getting any other shows. He could probably go on some radio shows maybe and start off small before he gets a network to pick him up. It's probably going to be very hard for him, but you know, all the best of luck to him. I don't think Ryan is technically a bad guy. I think that he's done bad things because he's had a lot of problems, and he himself was struggling, and he was being selfish in his time of struggle. But I don't think he's a bad person. Let me know what you thought down below. Of course, when I'm editing this video, they seem to be done, but no, they're not done. Actually, they're not done. So I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry about my neighbors. Believe me, guys, I feel the frustration for everyone watching this video. Hopefully it wasn't too loud on your end, but it's very loud sitting here listening to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down below. Let me know what you think about Ryan, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.